Thank you and good morning. What a beautiful day. We certainly ordered it up well, didn't we? What a great day. We called this in such haste. I expected 5 people. So this is a bit awestruck and awe-inspiring. I do want to begin by just thanking some of the members that are here. We have our congressional delegation. I saw Congressman Blumenauer is here. Who has represented this community in particular so well for so many years. And I know he stepped back while the mayoral campaign was moving forward, but he was very clear and intentional. He was going to be here to help the next mayor and city council succeed. I really admire that. Stepping back, not taking sides, but just saying he's here for Portland in our moment of transformation and crisis, and so I applaud him. I also saw a very good friend, Congresswoman Bonamici is here as well. There she is. So while a lot of you may have just found out about me 9 months ago when I announced my campaign, I had the great pleasure of working with Congresswoman Bonamici on clean energy bills, and through our IIJA and the IRA, very transformational trillion-dollar bills to change the direction of our country. So my hat is off to her as being a leader on the national stage. I also see Dan Ryan here, who is our commissioner currently. And through the contest of our new form of government, people would always ask me about Dan, and I've had the rare pleasure of knowing him for 45 years. And they would always ask me about Dan, and I would say, if there is one thing I know about him is that I've had 45 years of trust with a person. That's something that's incredibly hard to say to anybody. He has been somebody I've been able to use as an advisor for decades, running on and actually running into him on a subway in New York City. Who would have ever thought that? But so wonderful to have. And if I'm missing any of you, any elected officials, please accept my gratitude for being here in this important moment for me personally, and a very important moment for the city that we all love. And certainly I see an awful lot of council candidates, and if there are any council or new council members, we're still trying to figure that out. My hat is off to you. I've had an incredible journey this last 9 months, getting to learn the 100 or so people running, the different visions and goals that I've been able to wrap up into my ideals and idealism that we're really going to carry our Portland forward. I'm proud of this experiment we just went through. So thank you all for coming. It's great to have Charles Jordan on the photos along this hall. This is a very important place. I do want to say one thing. I apologize for the bare bone setup. We were going to bring our signs and everything, but my campaign manager, Christopher Taft, just said that we are absolutely and completely broke. Which is not a call for money. Out of 9 months, it is not a call for money. But I appreciate that. You know, we ran this campaign like there was no tomorrow. And that bank account is empty is a credit to that. We did everything we possibly could, and the moment we could, we answered every call, we went to every meeting, we took every speech. And that is why I'm here before you today, because of the message we are able to share with Portland and the belief that you had in our future together. So thank you for joining me today. There are many places in Portland that are special to me, but the Charles Jordan Community Center is one of the most particularly special. It's a place for families, for kids, an emergency shelter in times of need, and where I spent much of my childhood. Not long ago, I asked the community to join me here to talk about our future and to support me as a candidate for mayor. Portland is in a moment of profound transformation and opportunity. Voters in every corner of our city have made their voices heard. They want change. and for local leadership to work together to solve the issues in our community. It's time to end unsheltered homelessness and open drug use, and it's time to restore public safety in Portland. It's time to grow Portland with smart, effective local government as an ally to families and small businesses. It's time to restore and expand transportation options and to make sure that everyone has access in our new clean economy. I've reached out to Governor Kotek. I've reached out to Mayor Wheeler, and I've asked them for guidance during this transition. They have committed to me the full weight of their offices, and I'm very proud to have that partnership, and I will accept that from day one. I've spoken with current council and incoming members, Metro Council President Peterson, Multnomah County Chair Peterson, and many of Oregon's congressional delegation. All of these relationships will be critical in these coming days. Voters aren't interested in politicians pointing fingers. They just want us to get things done. I've also reached out to many active leaders and citizens in our community for their support. We have some very challenging days ahead of us, and we don't know what's around the corner. We'll need all of us on this lift, and we'll need each other to lift each other up, to accomplish what we can in our city in our time of need. I'd also like to thank my opponents, Commissioner Carmen Rubio, Renee Gonzalez, Mingus Maps, and Liev Oosthuis. Their passion and innovation remains critical for the future of our city, and I'm grateful for everything they have and will continue to contribute to our community. I want Portlanders to know something important. The goal of my administration will not be to focus on only the visible issues, like the terrible suffering on our streets. It will also be to focus on challenges that hardworking Portlanders are facing today. Many families and small businesses in Portland are struggling with the high cost of living and the lack of affordable housing. They need to know their city leaders see the hardships they face and work with them to make Portland work for everyone. I grew up right here in North Portland. I'm incredibly proud to be before you today. This is an awesome responsibility and an awesome time in our city's future. My life and career evolved alongside our city. We are rich in our diversity and are shaped by the many paths we all took to get here today. From those who have been here since time immemorial, to those who came here seeking a better life, to our shipbuilders of Vanport and our shopkeepers of Albina, and to those immigrants and refugees who have only just arrived. Every neighborhood matters. Every community matters. Every person matters. These are the values that we need to hold strong in these days ahead. There will be challenges and missteps, but I can promise you this. I'll approach this job with humility, and I'll lead on our shared values. I'll lead on our shared values. We have so many new faces in city government, mine included. It's a transformative opportunity, but there's a big job ahead of all of us. Our new form of government is more diverse, it's more representative, and more consensus-based than ever before. Our reimagined city council structure was approved by voters to better represent our people and our values. Portland's future depends on building trust and collaboration between all of us and our new leaders. I'm up for the challenge and the opportunity to shape not just the structure, but the culture of our new city government. What does real change for Portland mean? In my administration, it will mean treating the crisis on our streets like a crisis. It will mean returning our city to the promise of the city that works. Together, we can build a stronger and better community. And I call on each and every one of you to be a part of the hard and important work ahead. Throughout the campaign, I've often said, there's nothing about us without us. I'm looking forward to fostering the working relationships and friendships in the new city council to repair, restore, and revitalize the city that we all love. I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. It's an awesome turnout. I'll make myself available in the coming days for longer conversations. For the moment, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to get back to the hard work ahead and get back to the job at hand. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your time.